Hello, everybody. Hello and hello. This is Gohar speaking, and today we are back with some more Legend of Drizzt, written by, published by his one and his his one truly. That was so cool. Okay, let's be serious here. It's written by R.A. Saboteur. Um, the last time we left off was in part three, as of a Homeland in Ms. Realm. And this is what I'm going to say before we truly jump into it. Those drows aren't loyal. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Chapter 2: The Fall of House DeVir. Gideon noted the satisfaction that any of the Mandarin bugbears, or any other of the multitude of races that compose Mesobizarin, drought included, now made great haste to scurry out of his way. This time, the second boy of House Durna was not alone. Nearly 60 soldiers of the house walked in tight lines behind him. Behind these, in similar old, though with far less enthusiasm for the adventure, came 100 armed slaves of lesser races: goblins, orcs, and bugbears. This could be no doubt for onlookers. A dry house was on a march to war. This was not an everyday event in Mesopotamia, but neither was it unexpected. At least once every decade, a house decided that its position within the city perpetually could be improved by another house sorry about that, elimination. It was a risky proposition for all of the nobles of the victim house had to be disposed of quickly and quietly. If even one survived to lie an accusation upon the perpetrator, the attacking house would be eradicated by Mesobezarin's merciless system of justice. If the raid was executed to device perfection, though no recourse will be forthcoming. All of the city, even the ruling council, the top 8 matron mothers, will secretly applaud the attackers for their courage and intelligence, and no more would ever be said of the incident. Gideon took a roundabout road, not wanting to lie a direct trail between House Durnan and House DeVir. A half hour later, for the second time that night, he crept to the mushroom grove, served an inn to the cluster of Selamites that held House DeVir. The soldiers streamed out behind him eagerly, ready weapons and taking full measure of the structure before them. The slaves were slower in their movements. Many of them looked about for some escape, for they knew in their hearts that they were doomed in this battle. They feared the wrath of the Dark Elves more than death itself, though, and would not attempt to flee. With every exit out of Mesobesarin protected by diverse drowned magic, where would they possibly go? Every one of them had witnessed the brutal punishment. The Draw Elves extracted and recaptured slaves. At Dinian's command, they jumped into their possession around the mushroom fence. Dinian reached into his large pouch and pulled out a heated sheet of metal. He flashed the object, brightening in the infrared spectrum 3 times behind him to signal the approaching brigades of Nafian and Razan. Then, with his usual cockiness, Dinian spun it quickly into the air, caught it, and replaced it in the secrecy of his heat-shielding pouch. On cue, with the twirling signal, Dinian's drow brigade fitted enchanted darts to their tiny handheld crossbows and took aim on the appointed targets. Every 50 mushrooms was a shrieker, and every dart held a magical dwarf that could silence the roar of a dragon. Go silence the rear of the dragon. So if the dragon wanna, pass a little cloud there, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be kind of bloated. But back to the story. Two. Dinian counting his hands, signaling the temple since no words could be heard within the sphere of magical silence cast about his troops. He imagined the click as a drawn string to his little weapon released loose of the dart into the nearest shrieker, so it went all around the cluster of House DeVir. The first line of alarm, systematically silenced by 3 dozen enchanted darts. Halfway across Mediterranean, Matron Malice, her daughters, and 4 of the House Common Clerks were gathered in Lala's unholy circle of 8. They arrayed an idol of the wicked deity, a gemstone carving of a drow-faced spider, and called to Lala for aid in their struggles. Malice sat at the head, propped in a chair angled for birthing. Breza and Virginia flanked her. Breza clenched her hand. The selected group chanted in unison, combining their energies into a single offensive spell. A moment later, Virginia, mentally linked to Dinian, understood that the first attack group was in position. The Durian circle of 8 sent the first accentuating waves of mental energy into the rival house. Major Yenfen, her 2 daughters, and the 5 principal clerics of the common troops of House DeVir huddled together in a darkened anteroom of the 5-studded gatehouse main chapel. They had gathered there and sung prayer every night since Matron Jennifer had learned that she had fallen into Lala's disfavor. Jennifer understood how vulnerable her house remained until she could find a way to appease the Spider Queen. There were 66 other houses in Mediterranean, fully 20 of which might dare to attack House DeVir at such an obvious disadvantage. The 8 clerics were anxious now, somehow suspecting that this night would be eventful. Jennifer saw it first, a chilling glance of confusion, the perceptions that caused her to stutter over her prayers of forgiveness. The other clerics of the House DeVir glanced nervously at the matron's uncharacteristic slip of words, looking for confirmation. "We are under attack!" Jennifer breathed to them, her hands already pounded with a dull egg under the grown assault of the formidable clears of House Duranon. Alright, everybody, that was the end of Chapter 2, Part 1 of The Legend of Drizzt, and I really hope you guys enjoy it, even though I'm still not exactly over a cold, but I'm still better than I was a couple of days ago. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this audiobook, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can comment down below, and if you like, you can share it among your friends, your family, tell them to subscribe to the channel if they enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, stay good. Also, these drows aren't loyal.